point. Keep it up.
Some helpful encouragement from the boss. On this job site, the boss is 23 years old.
I was looking for something to make a living out of, and what better way to do it with your own business?
The business is a house painting franchise called SprayNet. Karine Landry runs the operation in Vancouver because the last thing she wanted was a 9-to-5 job.
We're always looking for that opportunity to not stay in an office and have a boss tell you what to do all day long.
Others her age clearly feel the same way.
Finish it like that.
Some, like Landry, want more out of life than an old-fashioned traditional job, and some, also like Landry, get a helping hand.
My parents actually own the franchise, and I operate it.
But before everyone born before 1982 starts rolling their eyes and dismissing the bank of mom and dad, consider who the Landrys bought the franchise from.
You're already growing out of this place. I'd say so. If you look around, we're one on top of the other, right? So, yeah, that's incredible.
Meet SprayNet founder Carmelo Marsala, 31 years old, president and CEO of a multi-million-dollar corporation that he started from scratch with his own money about 8 years ago when he was just 23. He and a chemist came up with a proprietary paint formula that works on just about anything. Vinyl, aluminum, brick, you name it.
We realized once we formulated this stuff, it only made sense to actually manufacture it if we had enough volume. I was a franchisee of student painting, so I said, well, the franchise model makes sense.
Each SprayNet franchise costs $125,000. There are 43 of them across Canada. Millennials own nearly a third of them.
It's not a job, right? It's your own business. So, the whole thing in franchising is you're in business for yourself but not by yourself. So they still have that support to fall back on.
Here, that support comes from fellow millennials. More than 90% of SprayNet's corporate employees are under the age of 35.
Everybody here, I feel really old.
So our brand is relatively strong.
Anne Stone teaches marketing at UBC's Sauder School of Business. She's also a former vice president of Dairy Queen and Coca-Cola. She says millennials and franchising are a perfect match.
The franchising space needs new ideas for millennials because millennials are becoming the most important customer of franchising brands. You get your best intuitive sense of what's going on with a customer group if you happen to have some affinity for that customer group.
A&W saw that firsthand. Many of its smaller urban locations are managed by millennials, and they are among its most successful franchises.
So we intentionally thought we're going to actually go out and try and find those folks and bring them into our business. And thus we created what we call our Urban Franchise Associate Program.
An urban location like this would normally have a franchise fee of $350,000. But A&W's Millennial program meant 31-year-old Barmy Malley bought this franchise for less than half that.
Either I had to wait 10 more years to accumulate that cash and then to invest, or I had the opportunity to go with this program. That's why I'm like, okay, I knew this is it for me.
Malley was also offered special financing, extended training, and unlike non-millennial owned locations, she doesn't have to own the building. She's allowed to lease it from A&W Canada.
I always wanted to run my own business.
She and many others her age are getting a chance to do just that.
So we have 3 candidates that are serious for starting in 2018, and hopefully one in the U.S., so Chicago. We're just waiting on registration for that state.
Back in Boucherville, Quebec, the poster child for successful young entrepreneurs says his generation is making the most of the opportunity.
I think millennials are probably one of the most resourceful generations, even though we don't necessarily characterize them as such.
Perhaps it's time to change that characterization. Aaron Saltzman, CBC News, Montreal.